Hi all. Right, just about to start turn 5. A couple of things. Just watched the last part. Uploaded it now. Um, yeah, a couple of things. I kind of misinterpreted what Martin was talking about regarding barrage, and I got the impression he was saying I should try and barrage more. He wasn't meaning that at all, which I'm glad about because it didn't quite feel right to me. What he's meaning, and it coincides with the end to the last turn here, is that it's generally best to try and barrage before you then make your move with your units to see if you happen to disrupt the position. It makes sense. I'd like to think that's on my mind all the time, but and when he mentioned it, I didn't go looking back, but I must have made a move like that. I must have moved a unit before I then barraged, and I'm thinking, well, you are better to do it the other way. It makes complete sense. So I'm a bit baffled to why I would do that. But here, right away, the last move I made here was I pushed this guy from orange. That's the first action I done, and that was doing an action. It wasn't a free action or anything. It was like an action into there. And then I proceeded to barrage orange. Now, I got the barrage here, but I had to do it twice. But my intention was to barrage both orange spaces. And if I had done that first, then I could have maybe used the action on something else and left that guy there. I mean, okay, he's still sitting in steady red, but he is armoured, remember. That is a great spot. I mean, sporadic orange. Don't know, maybe I should zoom in there a little bit to... You see, I was at the wide there. Yeah, so, I didn't want him in that intense orange. And as it happened, in hindsight, okay, I've not completely barraged orange, so moving him there probably would have ended up being what I'd done. But that was his point right away. If I'm going to barrage orange, if I'm going to choose to do that, do it first, and then look at what units you might want to move. And I might want to say, well, I could take a chance, leave that guy there. Let's maybe, possibly take the chance with this guy. I mean, yeah, because I was talking about that. I wouldn't have had that action left because I used the action on that to barrage and I used the action on that to move. So I wouldn't have had the action on that to move into that. I mean, it's a gamble still coming into here because we've still got brown to worry about. But am I going to be in the position again where I've got brown and orange barrage before I move that? He can't sit there. He can't sit there all game. He's going to have to make a move. Well, pretty sure I'm going to move him next turn. So yeah, I mean, there you go. That's me thinking, well, I'm pretty sure I do it that way, Martin. I'm pretty sure I think about that, but I must have missed it back when he mentioned about it. And there's a situation there where I've not really done it right. The other thing, and maybe this could back up what I was thinking was, I'm pretty sure I should have done it on brown. And annoyingly, the first card I drew had brown on it, but well, that's by the by. And part of the reason was this is in steady brown. These two units, they're in steady brown there. And there's nothing. I mean, stopping orange doesn't stop brown in all these spots. So there's nothing that's in danger of orange, and even this guy is now. I mean, yes, while he was here, but I ended up moving him. He's in sporadic orange. There's nothing in, and even this is sporadic orange. So that was a mistake. I felt like I should have targeted brown. I think maybe you think they're just slightly further back, the brown positions, but we're not in any great position to be attacking them yet anyway. It's more about barraging them to get close to them, or to get our units off the beach, shall we say, and a bit of safe position past this intense fire. This is an intense fire you want to get past, and then you can work on other things. So yeah, couple of blunders there at the end. It was a wee bit disappointing. And I also noticed, I'll just zoom out a little bit just to show you this sector, and then we can look at the other sector. Maybe not so much here. Well, this guy is. No, he's in lands, right, okay. No, not so much here. But these two, you've got to think about where these guys are going to land. Now, we're still on, it'll still be on that same landing pattern as we had. Yeah, it's between 4 and 14. And if you recall, there was some movement that went 1 to the east and some that went 1 to the west. So if I get any kind of them movements, we're ending up landing beside these units and getting concentrated units. And that's not good. So could I have done anything about that? Probably not. These two tanks are sitting here. I mean, could take a chance and move these, but possibly should have just been taking a chance with this and preservation moving it. Because if one of these end up stacked with that, is as good as in an intense fire, you know. So these are some of the things you got to think about. You can't linger about too long. And then over the other side is, if not just as bad, worse probably. Because if this drifts that way and in, or if this drifts that way and in, or that way and in, you know, concentrate targets, and this guy as well, look at him. If he does nothing, he's landing, and if he drifts that way, he's in. I'm hoping he drifts that way and goes in. So, yeah, they're not in great shape. I don't think this is going to be a very pleasant landing, shall we say. Maybe I'll get lucky. I don't know what the other options are. Should I look? No. You know what? I'll no look. I'll no tempt fate. Okay, but however, just a few things to point out there, and just before we get started, it's quite easy to make these strategic errors, I guess, and you've got to think ahead a wee bit. Yeah. Okay, right. So landing in the east then. Let's get going with it. I'll zoom in here a little bit and we'll get the card down. And we'll see how we get on with what I've just talked about. Fingers crossed. Okay, so here we go. So we're on turn 5. There's a card. So first we've got diamond with a B. The first infantry is a diamond with a B. I'm pretty sure that's not good. Yeah, we wanted an A or a C there, but we're getting a B, which is drift 1 box east. So he drifts to there, and then now he's in beside the tank. Fortunately, orange is still disrupted, but purple fires. That's bad news. Of course, that's a concentrated target. And we've also got a diamond along here. So same thing. Like I just said, he's drifting 1 box east, and then he's in again, concentrated target. And this one's worse. I mean, okay, we've got green disrupted. That's the only good thing about that. But red and blue are not. Blue's on only a single position, so there's some hope there. Yeah, not good. And then we get a circle with a C. So this heavy infantry is a C, which is 4 boxes east, isn't it? Oh, am I looking at the right one? Yeah, no, 4014, aren't we? Turn 4014, drift 4 boxes east. 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, he's not concentrating on our target at least, but he's away along that way. Maybe that doesn't matter so much. Okay, and you also notice we've got the mine symbol, but again, that doesn't kick in until turn 7. So, don't need to worry about that. Right, okay, let's go across to the west then. Right, landing card in the west. Just squeeze it in there, I think. Okay, so we got diamond B again. So as we already know, that's drift 1 box east, isn't it? So this infantry's going to drift. Well, that's a good one, because we didn't want a no effect there or a drift west, so that was a result. We have another diamond here, so he's going to drift east. That's okay, it's not concentrated. We then have the triangles, which are C's. That's the 4 boxes east. Oh dear. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh well. He's going to concentrate with that guy. What is it in? Red and brown. And we probably should have had brown disrupted, but no well. So concentrated target there. And this triangle is going to be 4 boxes east as well. Oh dear. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh well, that's okay. Not concentrated, but there's not an awful lot going on along here at all, is there? There's nothing landed in here at all, and that ranger's away along there by himself. And it's quite tricky to get along there, because like I say, that you've got that bluff all the way around there, with this wee slope in here, but get around the back, but that takes forever, and then you've got the cliffs to climb, and there's all these positions round about, so it's not ideal. Right, and then finally we have this as an A. That's going to be no effect, isn't it? Oh dear. Circle A, infantry, no effect. Oh, hang on. Ranger units may voluntarily drift up to 4 spaces east. It's just Rangers. The DG doesn't come into it then, does it? That's only right at the beginning. Yeah, it's just the Rangers. So no effect, so he just strolls in and makes another concentrated target. It's only in red, but well, yeah. Well, I figured that was not going to be a good landing the way it looked, and it turns out it wasn't. So I think we needed to get awful lucky, get some. What was the other result? I mean, the other result's a D, which is drift 1 box west. So yeah, there was some I would have liked to see no effect there, but nah, well. Right, let's get the units for the next turn. Right, let's see what we've got landing on turn for next turn 5. So, oh yeah, it's all over the other side. It is, isn't it? Hang on. Yeah, the HQ and the general are over the other side. I think I would have preferred them this side. This is where I've got the bulk of the tanks, isn't it? Okay. So we've got. Well, we've only got this now. This is some kind of artillery. Yeah, it's just plain artillery, so it's not armoured or anything. I think this is one of the counters that's been really chopped up. Look at it, the corner there. Oh, somebody must have slipped. Right, so it's FG and it doesn't specify a number this time, so this is when we get a little bit of freedom in where we're going to put it. And checking the landing table for them, they either are delayed, drift 2 boxes east, lose a step, or no effect. So 2 boxes east. So what we don't want is probably here, because we don't want no, that's true. They're only 2 steps, so that would be okay. And that's the only thing that's going in, isn't it? So actually, maybe that is the spot for it then. Because we don't. I wonder if turn 6 gives us. When do we get the HQ across this side? Yeah, it's not. Well, it's not until turn 7 that they get placed in the beach landing boxes, and at the end of turn 7 is when the tide moves. So this big row of units that we've got here, and we've still got more next turn as well to come in. I mean, the infantry is not so bad because we can preservation move it, but any of the other units, the tanks, etc., we need to get them off out the hexes, and that HQ's not going to land until turn 8, so that's after the time we need it. So fortunately these guys are going to have to make their way themselves with our 2 actions. Right, okay, I'm going to go with that one there then. I'm just going to go there. So, right, let's see across the west. Okay, so we've got a bit more going on across the west. A ranger, 5 strength ranger, another artillery. Then we got our general and our HQ. So put them in a not the best position, right? Can I put them down there so we can have a look? Okay, so now the general can't be placed in a hex by himself, I think. I'll beat landing box. Yeah, that's right. So, and then the general has a similar. I'll just double check this. Generals and HQs have similar abilities. They're obviously not exactly the same, are they? Okay, so a general may move 1 hex during the US action phase as a free action within the restrictions of the terrain effects chart. A general commands all US units in his hex and all adjacent hexes at the start of the US action phase, regardless of the unit's designation. And then a unit in command of a general may perform an action for free. And then he also gets to enable tanks and anti-tanks, but not artillery. So he may be in a hex by himself, not when beats landing box. So he needs to be stacked with somebody that's coming on shore. And then, so the difference between that and headquarters, each HQ has the following capabilities. An HQ may move 1 hex during US action phase as a free action within the restriction, so that's the same. An HQ commands all US units in the HQ's hex and all adjacent hexes start of the US action phase. That's the same. Unit in command in HQ may perform an action, that's the same. Gets a bonus of a unit that attacks a German position from an adjacent hex while in command of an HQ is considered to possess a radio, which is one of the weapon requirements. An HQ may enable tank, anti-tank, anti-air, or artillery. So he can get artillery where general can't. So they're very similar. I think the general could be killed, if I recall. The HQ, something rings a bell that if it gets destroyed, it goes back and gets delayed and can come back again. I could be wrong about that, but we'll not concern ourselves unless it happens. Okay, so we probably don't want the general and the HQ together. So my guess is we want one of them landing in here somewhere and one of them landing along here just to be able to get free moves with some of these units. Okay. Well, no, I'm saying that, but they both need to land in DW, don't they? So they're limited to 3 hexes. So what you want to look at is they don't have to drift. If they get a drift result, they don't have to, but they may. So if it was stacked to an infantry, that could drift 1 box east or 4 boxes east. So I'm just thinking about if we've got one there with an infantry, but hang on though. No, these have to go in DW, don't they? Yeah, this is a ranger, this is only infantry, but he's in DR. So we can't stack, the only thing we can stack it with is this artillery. Well, in actual fact, then we've no choice, have we? He has to stack with that artillery. Yeah, that's right, isn't it? So the artillery does have a possibility of a B result that will drift it 2 boxes east. So if it was there 1, 2, then it'd be landing there. That's not great, is it? Who organised these landings? They're a mess. Yeah, I understand things went rather wrong with all this, but right, I'm not sure what to do here then. Right, I think I'm going to go for the infantry here, DR3, because he can either have no effect or he can drift one box east or one box west. Oh, hang on, he can drift 4 boxes east as well, can't he? 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, it's got to be in one of these DR boxes, so yeah, let's just go with that. So, and then the Ranger, he's in the DG. He's got the same, hasn't he? So 1, 2, 3, 4. I would drift thing on there. Oh, it might be better there. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then he'd land there. And if he drifts 1 box east or 1 box west, that's alright. Actually, hold on. Ranger units may voluntarily drift up to 4 spaces east. They may voluntarily drift up to 4 spaces east. Rather than the result they get then. Hang on, am I looking at something wrong? Hang on, it's got 2 wee asterisks. Where is that? Yeah, okay. It's only if they get the no effect result. So if they get an A, they may voluntarily drift up to 4 boxes east. Yeah, so if I did decide I wanted them in there, that's a, yeah. Okay, we'll go with them there. Right, as for these, well, I suppose the HQ just straight up landing in there is pretty good. Just they're awful together. Why are they together? We want this guy along here somewhere. Well, so if I put him there, what did I say? I could drift 2 boxes east. That's not enough, is it? 1, 2. He'd be in here. Although this infantry's got to land as well. Yeah, okay, we're going to go with that. We're going to go with that. I mean, if he just lands in there, so be it, I guess. It's not enough all I can do. I'll just need to try and move him back and whatever. Right, okay. That seemed like hard work. Not ideal, that, is it? The general and the HQ being so close together, but maybe that's meant to be, isn't it? Generals and HQs probably do stay together. It's just that they both do similar things. You know what? You kind of want to split them up a bit, so whether that should be, I don't know. Right, never mind. So what? That's our landing. So we're on to the event. Right, okay, we could do a good event. Come on. Right, on to the event phase. Show me something nice. Here we go. Okay, it's a hero again. Crossing the 29th again. Would have certainly preferred that one across. If that had been the first, I'd been happy. We're getting a general and HQ. We've already got a hero across. Well, not a hero anymore, but an inspired unit at least. Right. Well, that's how it is, Grant. So a hero on any US unit on the 29th and add a depth marker. And like I say, we need to try and put it in the 29th as well. And there is possibilities, so that's where it's going to go. So the closest without depth, he's 3 away. I think it's probably this one. This one's 2 away. Yes. This is disrupted, but it's already got depth. And this has got depth as well. It's 2 away. So it's this orange position. It's going to get a depth marker. unrevealed. There she goes. Making it a little bit tougher. And a hero. Okay, let's see who we get this time. So just draw them randomly. Our hero, who was it actually? It's the first person I read about in the book. His name was mentioned, Monteith. Pretty sure I read some mention of him. Unfortunately, he didn't survive very long. I don't know how the actual. Anyway, let's not go down that road, I suppose. Right, what have we got? We've got Bingham. Sorry, I don't know their first names, but okay. So where are we going to put this? Well, we know we've got HQ ability in here, so we don't really need to worry about any of this. Should we do the other tank? That's my straight up thinking. Because there is a possibility we could get this general across to here and to here, which would give him a free move. So, man, I suppose the other possibility is these infantry that are concentrated targets. But they're still getting preservation moves as well. Yeah, we're going to go with the tank again. It'll at least give us a chance to get the tanks off the beach before the mid-tide. Okay, so we'll go with that. So yeah, well, a better event anyway. Okay, time for some fire in the east. Oh goody. Right, what we got this time? Well, we're getting artillery, so that's not good. Double orange, double blue. Oh, that's a result. And green. Okay, there's not a lot happening here, I'll tell you that. It's pity about the artillery. So we've got double orange is disrupted. And it means that all the disruption's coming off, but however, double blue, this is only single blue. And green is disrupted as well. So nothing happening at all. Well, what's happening is this disruption's coming off. So we're left with that to deal with again. So, you know, the good is nothing's firing and hitting us just now, but the bad is we've got to either re-disrupt it all or, you know, I mean, like I said, there's no point me attacking with this again because we don't have the weapon requirements from this. That's not quite the case because we know we can disrupt this again. So there is that. Yeah, I meant to check. Was there not something about a tank? No, MG and BR. I think it's one of the other games. I think the tank brings. That's maybe just how it's worded, I think. Right, anyway, that's me just thinking about something random. Yeah, so no fire. No damage done. Right, so we've got 3. Yeah, again, this is going to fire the artillery because there's a 75 there, 75 there, and an 88 there, and they only need 3 combination of any of them. So that is going to fire. Now we've only got this unit in the beach landing box, and it's a triangle, which, you know what, I probably would have been quite happy about that, getting a hat. I mean, these aren't bad. I mean, it's got an unlimited range, 4 strength, but getting it to fire is a different kettle of fish. So what's the next priority then? Hang on. Yeah, so it's infantry unit and a beach landing box, then non-infantry unit and a beach hex. Okay, so this could be one of our tanks then. Do we have a tank in the circle? We don't. Oh, just realised we had 2 concentrated targets there. Oh, we do have a circle tank. Yeah, I forgot about the fact we had concentrated targets. That was a good result then, we did. So, non-infantry unit and beach hex. However, there's a tank up here. Now, do we get the choice with this one? Because I'll tell you what, I'm just wondering, reducing this one might not be a terrible idea. But it might be a terrible idea. Something to double check with the rule book there. It does say it'd be most steps, so I think we would then choose. Yeah, so it says choose a unit with the target symbol shown on the card to lose a step in the following priority. An infantry unit of your choice in a beach landing box. Which is quite interesting because could you have one that had less steps? You know, you could pick a 2-step unit over a 3-step because it says of your choice. I know it prioritises, but the fact it's saying an infantry unit of your choice before it's then prioritising if you need to select from among units within one of these priorities, select units with the most steps. There's a question then. So, if we had... okay, there's a wee question for you then. Just a wee thought here that if we had this situation, these 2 infantry, I mean, this is a ranger, but I'm pretty sure it's classed as infantry. So if we had this situation and artillery was firing, step 1 is an infantry unit of your choice in a beach landing box. Can I choose this one? Or do I have to look? It says if you need to select from among units, but the first bit it's saying of your choice. So that to me tells me I don't need to select because I've already chose. If you know what I mean. Well, there's a question for you anyway. Martin, maybe. Would I be able to select this unit? Or do I need to pick the unit with the most steps? Because step 1 of that says an infantry unit of your choice. Just makes me think that I might be able to select that before we get to the priority of the amount of steps. However, that's not the position. And this situation to arise, they both have to have the same symbol, but I dare say it could happen. So anyway, there's one to think about. So anyway, we're not able to pick an infantry unit of our choice in a beach landing box. So the next option, next priority is a non-infantry unit in a beach hex with a circle. So we'll notice this tank here, and there's a tank under there. So it says if you need to select from among units within one of these priorities, select a unit with the most steps. Well, they're both going to have 2 steps. If a choice still remains, you choose which US unit is hit. And it says if no US units, but we do have one, so, well, we do have more than one. So we're going to pick one of the tanks. Yeah, I mean, I know I was talking about taking this tank, but you know what? He's in a safer zone. This tank here, you know, it's got to cross the kill zone to get safe. And we've worked out that I'm not feeling confident about saving all these units from the tide on this side anyway. Possibly the other side's got a better chance, but I'm not confident that I'm going to save them all. So I think I'm going to take the hit on this tank, and it's horrible to think about it that way. Not just that, it's also taking away the concentrate target. It's knocking it down to 4 steps where it was 5. But the sort of nasty thought about it is that maybe we should just forget about this tank. It's not nice, I know, but hey ho, that's war. Okay, so I think that's it. So that's all we got there. So I mean, pity about the artillery, but I don't think we can complain too much we're having the concentrated targets. I mean, that's just like it was a concentrated target hit, if you like, yeah. Okay, right, across the west. Right. No artillery this time, please. Where am I going to put this card? Right, I'll get along here. Ah, oh, damn it. Artillery again. That's not a great place to put it, is it? I think... Give me a second. Okay, I'm just trying to fit everything in here, but be this close in as well, just so you can see. So, yeah, we've got artillery again, and it's... Well, we had 5 in that same situation the last time over here, so... It's only 1 and 4 this time, so that's going to happen again. That's a circle. Right, anyway. Let's look at the fire first. So we've got double red, blue, double green. So here's double red. And it's firing at circles. This is in sporadic, but it's not... It's not armoured. This is a diamond. This is in sporadic, so that could take a hit. Have we got any in intense? No. Concentrated, that's 4. Oh, that's good. Oh, it's in red. Yeah. Oh, well, you know what? He was getting hit from green anyway. He is in intense. So, right, this is where you've got to watch, because if you've got more hits, you've got to consider that green could be firing too. And I think this is why it doesn't matter about the way you do it. Well, it doesn't matter, but you would still have to backtrack. Let's just say that we still had a hit to dish out here. No. Let's just say that we'd used a hit and then we had a hit here that we would have been able to do here, but it was on him, but we could do on somebody else. You've got to make sure that you spread them out. Like I say, you've got to make it as worse for you as possible. It doesn't say it like that in the rules, but that's what it means. well, it doesn't mean that, but it's a brutal game. So, and I mean that in a good way, if you like. It's an excellent game. That's brutally hard. Oh, right, that's in red as well. And that is concentrated. Okay, so we've got a few targets here then. We need to look at this a bit more. So yeah, this is concentrated. So although he's got a circle anyway, but basically these count like they've both got circles. So in actual fact, this one would take the hit over that one because it's got more steps, I believe. This isn't concentrated and doesn't have the symbol. So we've got 2 hits in here, but he's only able to dish out 2 hits. That's not a hit, that's not a hit. This is a hit, but it's sporadic. And this is a hit. So there you go. So he's got 4 things he can hit with only 2 hits. However, this green position's got 2 things it could hit. So it can definitely hit this. So I think we need to come back to that. Well, let's make sure we do this right. Right, so I think the important part here is 6.34, step loss limitation. A given US unit may not lose more than 1 step in a single German fire phase, even if hit by fire from multiple German positions. Right, we read that one already, that's fair enough. Apply the excess hits to other targeted US units if available. If not, ignore the excess hits. However, you must attempt to hit the most US units possible when assigning hits from multiple positions. For example, if German position A is limited to hitting 2 units and 3 units are eligible to be hit, one of which is also hit by position B, assume that position B hits that unit and position A hits the other 2. So that's the sort of situation we're in at the minute. He can hit actually 4 positions, but he can only dish out 2. So the 4 are 1, 2, because remember these are concentrated, so they're both considered to have a circle. That's still steady fire. There's nothing intense from red, and then so 1, 2. This is all right. Then this is a straight up hit, but it's still steady fire, so it doesn't intensifiers priority. So that's 1, 2, 3, and then this guy would be sporadic fire, which is the last kind of priority. So that's his fourth hit. So we don't start looking at who's got the most step losses first. Well, in actual fact, no, he's not. He is not going to fire on this because green can fire on that. Mind you, green can fire on that too. Okay, that's straightforward then. Yeah, he is going to fire and hit both of these. That's where his two hits are going to go, because these are concentrated. They're both considered to have a circle. He takes a hit, and K3116 is our third catastrophic loss. I'll just pause. Yeah, K3116. I'll put them down the bottom there. So they've both taken a hit from the red position. So the red position's got no more hits to dish out. This goes in the catastrophic loss box. That's got 3. Now, like I say, he could still hit here and here, but he's no more hits to deal. So, well, I'll jump on the blue because that's how I would do it. There's nothing else more red can do. I don't think blue's doing anything anyway. It's single blue. So I know it's probably the cards. I'll zoom out a little bit and then I'll zoom back in again. Right, so we've got single blue. Blue's along here. He's hitting circles. This is a triangle. So that's the only one that's in blue. So we can forget about that. And then we've got the double green. So we backtrack to this. Now he can hit out to here. See, he couldn't. That was only in red. Yeah, that's right. So he's got 2 hits to dish out. This is an intense fire, so this gets priority. So this takes a hit. And he's got 1 other hit to dish out, and he can do it on this guy, disrupting it. And that's why you've got to watch about. So he's disrupted, which doesn't count as a hit. You could still have got a hit for something else, but we're just at the end of the fire phase anyway. So yeah, there's where you've got to watch, where you could say, well, which ones did I do it to? Whereas that green could hit that, the red could hit that as well. So I think that was done right. So, and then we've also got artillery. So this has been not so good. And well, we know artillery's firing, right? Let's not bother. So an infantry unit of your choice in a beach landing box with a circle. So yeah, we've no infantry with a circle in the beach landing box, so we're going to go to the second one again. A non-infantry unit in a beach hex. So we're now looking at tanks again, aren't we? I don't think anything else has landed yet, is it? Okay, so non-infantry unit in a beach hex. Unfortunately, there's only one. You know this guy that we said was going to be safe? Oh, hang on though. Yeah, no, I think artillery does. Artillery takes out armour, doesn't it? Yeah, I'm pretty sure I've maybe tried to wangle my way out of that one before, but there's not. It doesn't say anything about being not non-armoured. Yeah, it would definitely specify that because it talks about non-infantry units. You know, this is a non-infantry unit in a beach hex, so why would it not be a tank? So we had a lucky escape with this guy already from the screaming mimes, wasn't it? Because that would have hit that. And there you go, the artillery's picking that. Because he is actually the only circle. All these, this is a triangle. I mean, the good thing is he's a reduced tank, but he was up at the sea wall there, you know. So I'm afraid he's gone. Okay, so that's a fire phase over now. Hang on, was there anything to undisrupt? No, we only had orange disrupted on this side, and it didn't fire. So yeah, that wasn't so good. Okay, so on to the engineer phase. So what did we get here? Orange, blue, and green. So I get the feeling that's going to be nothing again, isn't it? Because blue's right along here. Orange and green. That's orange as well. So yeah, we're getting nothing in the east. And in the west we had red, blue, and green. So coming right from there, that's blue, green, red. Okay, so we're getting the orange, and the brown again. In actual fact, red didn't fire across that side as well. We do have the option of that hex as well. I think we should probably just take two of these though. I think I'll maybe take these two actually. Right, so I'll take these two hexes, so that's clear from there to there. There we go. Oh, we've got that one, but this one's still not cleared yet. Okay, right, moving on. Okay, so on to the US action phase, and what do we do? I don't know, because we've got a backlog over here. We have these guys in then 10, so they're going to be straightforward. We're going to be able to move them up. Excuse me. So I've only got two actions, no free actions, well, apart from the preservation moves. These guys can't free move. These guys can, but are going to concentrate these targets. Oh dear. Yeah, it's tough. Could well be I want to make an action to climb this bluff then, because I think when you climb the bluff he does move over the hex, is that right? Yeah, so it's different from the climb a cliff, because his first move is actually to cross the bluff, and then he gets a climb marker on him. So that frees up that hex for this guy to move into. That's what my thinking is. But however, that's one action, you know. And you know, I'd really like to attack this again, even though we're not going to do anything more than disrupt it again. Well, do I need to? Do I need to do that? Probably not. Oh, I have just realised that it's not terrible moving that guy into there at all, actually. Because although it's concentrated, it's just sporadic. So, if purple or orange go off, then it's a definite disruption. So to both of them, but the fact that I've only got two actions anyway, having units disrupted is not the worst thing, not the worst place to be. Okay, here's my thinking then. So we are gonna climb this bluff with this guy, I think. So that is an action. So he gets a climb marker on, but he moves up. And then the next action is free, isn't it? To take the climb marker off, or is it? Yeah. A US infantry ranger infantry unit in a hex with a bluff may move into an adjacent hex across the bluff by conducting two actions over the course of 2 turns. A bluff must be climbed whether going up or down. The first turn, of the climb, move the unit across the bluff and place a climb marker on the unit. Okay, so done that. And then in the next turn, it conduct a free action to remove the climb marker. A unit that begins the use action phase with a climb marker may conduct only one action, the free action to remove the climb marker. Okay. And then it says a unit with a climb marker and a disruption marker may conduct only one action, the free action to remove the disruption marker. Right, fair enough. So, yeah, we're going to move him there as an action. I'm going to preservation move him into there. And I think I mean, because he's sitting in steady purple or orange at the minute anyway. So I know it's more likely that we could end up with these guys both being disrupted. That's alright, that's just should be that guy. So that's a preservation move. That's right, and that's up to a scalable cliff. Yeah, so that is still moving towards a protective exercise. So that's him had his free move. But like I said, now we've got a concentrated target here. However, the fire dots are only sporadic. So I was just thinking about the downside to being him there. That he's against another bluff once he gets up there, so he can't actually attack that unit. He's actually got to come either through here or here and climb, you know, sort of around the edge, or probably more, well, I say more sensible, not really, because there's orange intense fire in here. However, all these moves are going to be infiltration moves, which is another thing we need to concern ourselves with. My thinking is probably going to be to try and maybe get this one barrage and maybe move into there, get lucky and then maybe make an attack, but all that's a bit away. Right, so what are we going to do with our other action? Well, we know we can preservation move these two guys. And unless we move in here, one of them's going to have to go in there, one of them's going to go in there. That's not terrible. Well, you know what? Let's just not mess about with that. Let's just do that, right? Now, if this guy does happen to survive, then he is going to be able to have the weapons he's going to have the Bangalore torpedoes anyway. So that guy is going to preservation move into there as well. Preservation move of this guy is going to be dangerous, right into the kill zone. And we know we're not going to take green completely out, so we've got a call to make there. Yeah, because we've only got one action left. So we can guarantee a disruption here. Or, why not use this as an action? Does that help us in any way? We could barrage purple or orange, or could barrage red or blue over here. Because there's maybe not any great point in doing this action. I mean, well, next turn, well, to be honest, we probably don't want to use this to attack. We just want, if this guy stays full strength, we want to use him to attack on his own, because he will be able to disrupt. Yeah, I think once you turn the depth marker over, you can't then fail at getting a disrupt. Oh, I think you can actually, because if you've got double, then you need to go reveal the depth marker. So then you could potentially end up with not having the weapons, say it's a flank or whatever. Not quite sure any of the WN ones do have flank, but let's just say it was. Then you've not got the weapons, but then it'd be a unit and reveal marker depth. Yeah, the worst possible outcome you could get, I think, is no effect, which is bad when you think you're, well, at least I'm going to disrupt it. You know, if I attack with that, and then I end up, let's just say the depth was a 2 even, so that would make them have 4 strength because the unit doubles, depth does not. 6 against 4, we are not doubled then, so attack strength greater but not double. And like I say, if I didn't have the weapons, if attack strength is greater but not double, and I do have the weapons though, always good. Yeah, okay. So yeah, it's worth the risk. Right, sorry, I'm ranting on there. Probably should just be pausing while I'm going through all that procedure. Right, I still don't really know what I'm doing. I think I'm going to leave this. I don't think I'm going to. I mean, I would if I thought I could disrupt both the positions, both the hexes, but I know I can't because I've only got one action. So I think it's probably better having a go at either purple, orange, blue, or red. But which one? Right, here's my thinking here. I'm going to go for blue, I think. And my thinking is that if we get blue disrupted, and it is only a single position, it's not depth, and next turn, yeah, I'm having to think ahead. You kind of have to hope that things go to plan. If I am able to make this attack on here, disrupt that guy, I'm not overly well, it'd be nice to take him out, obviously, but as long as I get him disrupted, then disrupt the other position, then I've got green and blue tied up. Then I can move this guy into here, and he's only in the steady fire of red, and that means just leaving him here this turn. He's not in a concentrated hex, so not a concentrated target because that's only one step underneath. I mean, you know, he's sitting in green, blue, and red there, so green, blue, and red fire with a diamond anyway. So this is the thing. You can't avoid everything. So, well, if I take out blue here though, and the good thing is I'm going to have a shot, because he's not got depth, I'm going to have a shot at symbol or colour. So shall we go for that? Yeah, let's go for that. So my second action is going to be, there's a diamond, is to barrage blue. So just double check. We've got, there's a barrage bit. Here we are. So 4 strength. There's no depth. So yeah, the symbol or the colour. So a blue, what did I say was a diamond? Blue or a diamond. Here we go. A blue diamond. There we go. That feels overkill, doesn't it? Anyway, we'll take it. So blue is disrupted. So there is that. So that means that's out as well. So he's only got to concern himself with green and red, but yeah. Okay, I think that's everything in the east. We're going to take our chances with this guy and leave him there. I know sometimes I feel like it's silly to do that. Just get him up there and should I think the fact that there's a good chance we'll have green disrupted next turn, then again, blue could just undisrupt and then we could be sitting in there. You know what? I'm going to move him. We do not want green next turn anyways at fire because we've got these all in steady green. Well, here's the other thing. If green fires next turn, there's a good chance something's hit here. I mean, maybe the tank's going to be okay, but we've got a circle, a triangle, a circle and two triangles in green here and steady fire. And we've got the tank as well if for some unfortunate reason the armour symbol came up as well. So, I mean, yeah, I mean, they can fire 4 times. That's a bad bit. But the first hit is going to have to get dished on this guy because he's now going to be an intense fire. So, no. Yeah, right, I'm doing it. I'm going to do it. We've disrupted blue. He's in steady red. We get lucky, we avoid green. Then we're golden. Right, let's move on to the west. Okay, so first of all, we've got a ranger here. So he conducts a free move to, so it says, in the next turn, conduct a free action to move the unit into the hex across the scale wall cliff hex side. So he comes across into here. And then we flip this climb cliff marker to just the climb side. And then the next action, he'll remove that cliff marker for a free action. But, well, he's a ranger anyway. So now we are sitting in steady blue, so there is a risk there. But, you know. Right, moving on. Okay, might as well just stop at this bit. This guy's disrupted, so that's all he's going to do is remove his disruption. So what do we have in that area? And let's not make such a bit of a muddle of things like we did the last time. Let's think about it a bit more. If we are going to make barrage attempts, you know, let's consider, well, we've got 2 free moves here where 2 tanks, and they're both sitting in, they can both barrage orange or brown. Orange looks like the one to go for, the fact that it's it would tie it completely up. And then we could possibly take a chance with this guy. All right, these guys here. Oh, it's going in intense and brown, isn't it? But they're sitting concentrated. There's no point. Well, there's no point moving along there. That's going to be concentrated too. So, I think we're going to have to take a chance with one of these guys. So, let's go with. Right, hang on. Yeah, just looking across this side, we're kind of lacking in any tank across this side. This is one we just lost. I know it was it was just a 2 strength one, but might have been nice to have had a go at this. But this guy's only an orange. Actually, is there not another way they can disrupt barrage? I mean, I think that maybe if an infantry unit's adjacent, maybe. Yeah, there's 2 conditions that could be true. The tank unit occupies a hex in the field of fire of the target hex, or an undisrupted infantry unit occupies a hex in the field of fire of the target hex. It only needs to be in the field of fire. There you go. Just as well I had a look at that. It's all coming back to me. The infantry unit is considered to be observing for the tank unit. Observing is not considered an action. If an infantry unit is observing for the tank unit, either the tank unit or the observing unit must be in command of an HQ or general. Yes, I knew it wasn't possible. Yeah, we need to have an HQ or a general for that to happen. So that's not happening. Maybe next turn, but so yeah, I cannot barrage red at all because I'm thinking I need to move things here. Okay. Right, well, he's going to preservation move out of that intense green into here, which is just all sporadic, so It's quite safe. Well, not say completely safe, but yuck. I mean, I could move him up to here, I suppose. I'm thinking I might be using an action to move this guy. Possibly. Right, let's get some barrage done. Right, I'd like to get the other orange. Is it as important? Well, yeah, I mean, I've got to take my chances with something. Right, so I'm going to barrage orange with this hero. So it is now got depth, so it is just the colour. So looking for orange. Oh, good. Thought it wasn't at first. Right, good. So that's us got orange tied up. So that's good. So, well, I suppose you could move the tank, couldn't you? No, because if we're going to, I'm pretty sure I'm going to preservation move one of these guys into here. So I think we barrage with brown. And if we get the double brown, then at least we've got that, and there's a chance that if double brown comes up on the card, then it won't fire. So we're going to barrage brown, the double position with that. So looking for the colour, looking for brown. We miss. Damn it. No, that's us out of tanks then. This was only the other one. He's only in orange. The anti-air can't do anything. I'm pretty sure. What's here? That's just infantry. Okay, just gonna have to take some chances, I guess. Still got our two actions, but I think it's going to be moving this to these two infantry units and this infantry unit, I think. Right, so I'm going to preservation move that guy into there, I guess. And yeah, I'm not going to wait any longer. I'm going in with that guy. We've got to do it. I mean, we've got orange tied up, so again, what we don't want green on the other side, we don't want brown on this side, so it's just, well, actually, I'm going to say another colour as well now. I'm going to say red, I think. Yeah, so I can preservation. Oh, sorry, I've not got him. Let me move along a bit. Looking along here, this is full strength, and he's go right. Oh, was it these guys I was thinking about? Nah. Oh, that's annoying. Because I could self-preservation move this into here or here, but this is far more dangerous. But they both are getting one hex closer to yeah, I thought this was two infantry units, but that's not. That's the anti-air, which I'm not really fussed about. So that means I can't with that guy then. That just then makes that a concentrated target. Right, okay, I'm going to take my chances. Well, I'll leave that guy there. I'll self-preservation move with that guy into here. And then that guy into here. Self-preservation as well. And they're both one hex closer to this hex, which is okay. And then I think my free moves are going to be, yeah, moving this infantry unit into here. And along here, moving, yeah, gotta go for it, eh? Because he's got nothing in front of him there, actually. He's in a, yeah, so that's going to be my next move, up over the shingle. Come on. Get them. Okay. So, yeah, we do not want brown firing next turn. We don't want green on the east. We don't want brown on the west. And, well, I'd rather not have red as well. But, okay. Right. Sorry, I was probably off camera there. I'm looking back at that. These units that are in the intense red there. Right, I think that's it. I think that's all we can do. Let's say, I mean, we could self-preservation move this guy, but it's going to make a concentrated target. Ooh, however, he would be oranges. Yeah, but you could get fire from the red over here. So we could, I could put him in there, and it's an intense brown anyway, so we don't need to care about being concentrated in intense brown, but it does make red easier for them to hit. So, yeah. So, and we're just going to leave that guy, because that would that stack's full, and I can't move him there because that's not getting closer, and I can't move him there because that's not getting closer either, and that is an air. Okay, right, I think we're all done. 2 actions done, taking our 2 free actions. Not too bad, I suppose. Starting to get a bit more complicated, but well, that's how the game goes, isn't it? It gets tougher. Right, I'll clear things up there and we'll just finish the turn. Okay, there's a look at the big picture before we end. Just coming to the end of turn 5, so moving on to turn 6. We're getting General Kota involved in our HQ on this side, and the other side we're going to have to worry. I mean, yeah, some of these tanks are going to sink, I think. Okay, it's just come up for an hour again. That wasn't too bad because it's starting to get a wee bit more complex there. Okay guys, I'll tie this up, and yeah, really enjoying it. Great to be back. D-Day game. It's good fun. I've got Fire in the Lake still over there, but I've been, every time I've come to sit down, I've just wanted to sit here. So, but I might chop and change a little bit just to give myself a wee bit change of scenery, as they say. Okay, I'll be back with turn 6 soon, though, guys. I'm sure. Cheers.